Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta. Today I am back with a new story. The name of this story is What If Naruto Created the Most Powerful Timestop Jutsu. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Polo Chia channel as well if you haven't done so already. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins 5 years after the QB attack in Konohagakure no Sato. As we go towards the said village to see that, it was October 9th and nighttime, as a festival was going on in the said village. The villagers were celebrating the 5th year anniversary of the QB's defeat at the hands of their brave shinobis and kunoichis and their leader, the 4th Hokage, who had died that night, protected all of them. While some of the people drowned their sorrows in sake, while the children enjoyed listening to the stories and walking around the festival with their parents, a group of mob, resentful, hateful, and out on vengeance, was busy in a game of its own. Codename Fox Hunt. And what were they hunting, you might ask? Not foxes. No. A 5-year-old boy, Naruto Uzumaki, was currently running away as fast as he could into the alleyways of the dark sides and parts of Konoha, as kunais and shurikens were thrown at him, but he was able to dodge, while his little legs, as fast as they could, carried him far away from the said mob. "Why the hell are you chasing me? What did I do to you people?" yelled out the 5-year-old. He was already used to this. They did this last year and the year before, and both of the times it has been a trip to the infirmary and months of pain and healing. Luckily enough, he hadn't had any scars, permanent ones at least, as Naruto's luck ran out as a trap was triggered. He was too late to notice the smirk on the leader's face as Naruto tripped on a razor-sharp wire, causing him to tear the skin of his leg as his shin while he was clutching it in pain, and on the ground now. He was surrounded. Right where I wanted you, QB. Are you sure we had to do this? As the leader grabbed the one who asked this question, we have waited for the past 5 years. 5 years we let this abomination walks amongst us. Like he's some human. He wears human skin. The mask of a child. He's trying to manipulate you. He's a demon. That is what they do. The man persisted. But not any longer, because tonight, you die. And suddenly an envoy arrived, a flicker of hope, that is until he stopped the man, only to tell him that you can't kill him. The Hokage will have your head. Beat him to the inch of his life and let this demon bastard know that we Konoha bunch, we know how to treat people. Those who want help will help them, and those who deserve death we will put them to the inch of it so that they would beg for it. But we won't let them have it such easily, for all the pain and misery they caused, you caused. As the man and everyone else grinned as the Anbu vanished. No, please. As it was already too late, the boy was dragged by the collar of his shirt and slammed against the wall. And what followed suit was barrage of kicks while he rolled onto the ground, clutching himself. As he was closing his eyes, his head tucked between his arms, trying to protect it. But that is when things got brutal as kunais were brought out. One of them was hotting it up over a torch. What are you doing? Nothing. Just leaving a few marks on you. Permanent one. You already have 3 pretty whisker marks on your face, right? How about a deep scar that you left on our heart? As the kunai was dragged across Naruto's face from right side downwards, as one of his eyes was even hurt and bleeding. Naruto, trying to clutch something, was able to grab onto a knife, and literally grabbing it, due to the adrenaline, literally yanked it across. The man's eyes were cut off, completely bleeding, as the man jumped back. My eyes! Kill that bastard! But Naruto got up. If any one of you come near me, I'll gut you alive, said the 5-year-old. People were terrified. as they begin to see the wound was healing and healing fast. As Naruto's eyes opened, even revealing not a single flicker of damage. "Oh my god! The QB, it's showing its colors. We have to get away!" yelled out some of them as they began to disperse like the coward sheep that had been led by a wolf. And once the wolf got injured, the sheep dispersed. As Naruto then tried to touch where the wound was supposed to be, but it had already healed, leaving only a scar. As Naruto saw it into the kunai that he was able to grab, the man was still there, trying his best to get away. My eyes. But that is when Naruto, with cold fury in his eyes, did something. Grabbed onto a kunai, he clutched it tightly and began to walk until someone placed a hand on his shoulder. Naruto glared daggers at who it was until he calmed, realizing who it was. "You've done enough. Let me handle this." As the Anbus arrived and executed the man with a single strike of the sword, he deserved more pain. No, Naruto. Nobody does. He's already suffering from foolishness. It was time to put him out of his misery. But why do I have to suffer? As Hiruzen remained quiet, "Let's get you checked." And so, now we see Naruto the next morning with a bandaged patched eye was sitting there. Luckily enough for you, kid, your eye is fine, but there is going to be a mark that is left on your face. Do you think I care? Probably not. When can I leave? Soon, but you need to rest now. As now we see, the doctor walked outside where Hiruzen was waiting, and witnessing the whole event. He's not in the right mental state, Hokage-sama. He's not the same cheerful boy. Because of the previous attacks, and now it has changed. He's distant. What do you think? Maybe a flight, or at borderline that risk? Where would he go? He's only 5. Things will change in due time. I'm gonna strictly tell the people to avoid him now. As Hiruzen moved in and tried to warm up to Naruto, he was able to get it somewhat successful after bribing him with some ramen. And so, time began to pass by. But Naruto, his hatred for the people only grew. Even after him standing up for himself, the people only hated him even more. And that ticked him off. Why were they so hateful? As one day, while walking in the streets of Konoha with his grocery bag, a man threw a rock at his head. Naruto stood there, dropping the bag, and took out a kunai from his holster that he has freshly purchased now because he was soon going to begin his academy, and marched towards the man, grabbing him by the shirt and literally missing his guts by some inches, leaving a mark on his stomach. "What the hell is wrong with you?" "Try me again, old bastard. I'm gonna gut you alive here. You all are so obsessed with this demon, right, that you see in me. I'm borderline inching to become that demon." And that scared the shit out of that man and the surrounding people, because they were now realizing that they were poking a bear. And from that day onwards, nobody bothered Naruto, but his hatred for them was immense. His academy grades were low, not because he wanted to become a shinobi, not because he was dumb, but he did not want it to become a shinobi of such people that he despised. And Hiruzen was borderline worried about it. Azuruka, the sensei of the academy, and his class specifically, arrived there with their reports. "Why are Naruto's reports so low, Iruka?" It's complicated to explain, Kage-sama. Naruto, he's gone. He doesn't care about the people. I quote, he said, "For all I care, they can go rot in hell with the demon they so much love and obsessed with." As Hiruzen stood up, "God damn it, these people, when will they learn? I need to monitor him properly." "You don't need to," said Naruto as he arrived there. "I'm not interested in going to the academy anymore." "What? Why?" "Look, I don't care about These people, they see a demon in me which I don't even have or am not. If anything, I'm hating the fact that they think I am some sort of a monster that is huge with 9 tails and red eyes and orange fur. As Iruka realized that Naruto was indicating towards the 9-tailed fox itself, and he left. I'll take my leave for now. How do you know that? When were you going to tell me? I said, how do you know that, Naruto? Last night when I tried to go to sleep, I ended up in my mindscape where the damn Biju was sealed. The said demon that these people are so obsessed and in love with. It was not supposed to be known by you by now. Then when was it? When you were old enough. I'm done. I'm done trying to play your games and whatever the games that Fourth had in mind. I'm not gonna be someone's puppet. I'm not even gonna become a shinobi anymore. Well, I'm afraid, my boy, you'll have no choice in that, say. What? Why? The Fourth put it as his last order, and you would have to go and fulfill it. Because you are the holder of the 9 tails and the Jinchuriki, which I did not ask him to make me. That son of a bitch had no right to do that to me. Naruto, mind your tongue. That man was the Hokage who sacrificed for these people, not me. I don't care about him. What if I say that he was your father? Said Hiruzen with narrowed eyes. Then I'm glad that he's dead. I don't want a father who would put my life on the line for the rest of these bunch of sons of bitches. With that, Naruto walked out. And Hiruzen? He slumped down on the seat of the Hokage, looking towards the successor picture that was only remained there. Oh, Minato. It seems the people whom you trusted so much, they might have broken your boy. And he doesn't trust anyone now. Not even me. As time began to pass by, Naruto stopped showing up at the academy. It got so bad that from the age of 8, after only going to the academy for a few months, Naruto stopped. To the age of 12, Naruto hasn't come. He has only stayed and minded his own business, trained in his own right. Why? In order to protect himself. And Naruto has been learning about hand seals and chakra, seemingly from someone, because the whole of a village wouldn't allow him any resources of such, because they were already fearful that he might get more power or gain it than whom he was learning from. And this was bothering Hiruzen because he might have a hunch. And if it was true, then they all were screwed. As within a council meeting, Hiruzen was in deep thought when Danzo brought him out of the stupidor. What are you thinking about, Hiruzen? We have been talking and asking about your opinion for almost 10 minutes now. Oh, I apologize. I was thinking about something. Something or someone, said Danzo. What do you mean by that, Danzo? When are you going to make that boy focus on his duties? He cannot just sit and waste away himself. He's the goddamn Jinchuriki of the village. He's supposed to be our weapon. Whether he likes it or not, he has no say in that. Yes, all that boy does is rely on us. I mean, because of our taxes, he gets fed. And you're alive because of his father. And that shut up the civilian council members. If that father did not put his son's life on the line, what would you all have been doing by now? What would Konoha would have done then? What would have become of all of you? And your children's future? There was no answer headed towards his way, regardless of what you might think, Hiruzen. You have let him rot and waste himself for way too much long. If you won't act, then I am forced to do so. What? What do you mean by that? I sent it in my route Anbu an hour ago. They would have been monitoring him and retrieve him back when they see a chance to neutralize him. You are operating route? But Minato shut it down. After Minato said it was necessary that the route went reactive. Under the lawful order of the daimyo himself, I activated it. But at that moment, the third voice spoke, as he was standing, covered from head to toe in blood, as some of the civilians screamed, as Naruto was holding a small blade, the blade of the Anbus, as the heads of the Anbus, tied to a single rope, were dropped there, next to him. What is going on here? You attacked me, but I just gave the order. How did you? Listen to me and listen to me once and for all. I don't give a fuck who was my father. I don't give a fuck about any one of you. If you try to screw me over one more time, I'm gonna kill you now. Naruto, calm down, my dear boy. He nodded to his Anbus as the Anbus surrounded him. Naruto, you're surrounded. But as soon as he finished that sentence, to me, the Anbus were on the ground. Naruto was drenched in more blood. Even Hiruzen was. What happened? What happened to the Anbus? What do you think would have happened? They're dead. All of them are. Naruto, you killed them. Why wouldn't I? They were gonna do that if I wouldn't have stopped, which I'm not. This boy is insane. We have to neutralize him. Forget being a village with a Jinchuriki. We need to take him down now. If you won't put the orders, then I will. As soon as the orders were put, the whole shinobi forces was heading there. As Naruto made only 2 handshakes, Timestop Jutsu. And with that, Naruto, with blinding speed dash, cleaving off the necks and slitting throats left and right until he stood there. 600 Konoichis and Shinobi's combined forces of Jonins, Chunins, Anbus neutralized. 600. 400 of them were outside of the village on some missions. More than half of the force of the whole village was gone. The clan heads, they were shocked as Naruto stood there, now dripping with blood alongside with his blade. I really need to go and take a bath now. Don't bother me. You've gone insane, Naruto. This is madness. You have killed so many innocent people who are going to aim for me, going to kill me. And at that moment, Hiruzen noticed something. Naruto's madness that was lurking in his eyes. The people of Konoha has broken him to the point that he has gone insane. Because of the PTSDs, because of the trauma that he endured at the early age. As Naruto said, everyone is an enemy. Especially the civilians. No, Naruto, calm down. Timestop Jutsu. Hiruzen did not know for how long the time was stopped. For him, only a few moments have went by in stillness until he was able to move again. The clan heads, the elders, the civilian council members, everyone was gone. Hiruzen began to search throughout the village. Aside from his family, his grandson, his son, and his daughter-in-law, the rest of the village was wiped out. Oh my dear God, what have we created? What have you done, Naruto? What have you done? As Naruto was nowhere to be found. As now we see, hidden in the cave within the land Valley of the End, Naruto was seated after taking a bath and washing away his blood, and now wearing new clothes. You were right. Tampering with the time-space, I was able to create the most powerful jutsu. I can stop time for everyone. And at that moment, I am the king. Luckily for you, you have been doing that for at least a few years now. That is why you were able to hold still for so long, without them noticing. For them, only a few moments would go by, but in reality, for you, it would be hours of work. Hey, even if it is, at least nobody's attacking me or hurting me. I am the only one who is doing that. You are right about that. Hiruzen had to place a bounty on Naruto into the bingo book, and once it was made public, many of the villages who were enemies of his father and mother were now targeting him. And not only that, the Akatsuki, they also wanted to target him because of their own agenda. Many shinobis kunoichis died and their heads served from their bodies were sent into the parcel to their villages as a direct message of don't fuck with me and I won't fuck with your men. And after what seemingly looked like 1000th attempt, as Naruto reached at the age of 15, still hiding, not to be found by anyone, they finally stopped. Each and every village has lost huge amount of numbers of kunoichis and shinobis. Each and every time served bodies, only heads were sent back to them. So much so that they had a whole morgue filled with heads. So they finally stopped sending men because it was a suicide mission. God knows what he was doing. In their eyes, he was dangerous. He was unstoppable. And you don't poke a bear who doesn't want to be messed around with. While on the other side, Akatsuki did not share that much of a sentiment with the others. Whereas Konoha, who was already suffering because of what has happened, a tragedy which has spread out by now, alongside with the other villages who have certified that this was a being not to be messed with, did not share their sentiments and sent after him a lot of men. They did not return until the whole Akatsuki surrounded him while he was camping into the woods in the far west forest, far away from the any and all sort of elemental nations. What do you want from me? Said Naruto. What anyone else would want, Naruto Uzumaki. We want you to come with us, peacefully. But if I tell you I don't want to, things would only get complicated for you, kid. We don't care. What do you want from me? We want the Kyuubi no Yoko. Which means that I would have to die for you to have it, right? Yes. It's a shame then. You can't have it. What are you going to do? As the leader supposedly blinked, most of them did, as 3 of them fell. Their throats slit, Naruto's hands covered in blood as he was sinisterly smiling at them. Oh, I can do a lot more than you can imagine. Run. With that, the flames went out as Naruto time stopped it. And when the time resumed, they were barely alive, clinging onto their lives, tied up, and chakra suppressors heavily placed on each and every one of them, especially on Zetsu as well as the masked person revealing to be Obito Uchiha. Obito Uchiha. The bastard of a student of my bastard of a father. Who would have thought that you two live? So you know who I am. Yeah, your friend Kyuubi told me that you're obsessed with. And he's creeped out, to be honest. As he sneered. Now tell me, what is this whole Biju gathering stuff that you're mumbling about? In your dreams. Alright, that we can do. You see, Kyuubi has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. It has only taught me one, on how to use it. The rest it can. As Naruto closed his eyes and opened again to see red eyes with slits in them. Through the memories he saw Zetsu. And when Zetsu's memories was checked, Kurama killed him. Both the black and white. That sick bastard. You all were being manipulated by that bastard. What? He was my will. He never was your will, you puppet. Neither was Madara's. Neither was Indra's. He is the will of Kaguya Otsutsuki, whom never, ever will see the face of this world ever again. Oigaki, no point in saving them. Kill them all. And that is what followed suit. Their dead bodies was discovered a month later by Orochimaru and his people. Rinnegan gouged out, destroyed alongside with Sharingan. And the sword of Kisame, it went missing. Samehara had a new owner now, which was Naruto, because he was also picking up Kenjutsu. He has become a ronin, a detached person from the elemental nations, who now wanders and helps out those few who deems is necessary to be saved. As for the rest, he neither trusts anyone, neither stays at one place for too long. He rather remains in woods with animals, hunting them down and becoming a predator than being near the civilization. Because his past experience, it hasn't been great at all. But one thing was for certain, people out there were searching for him, demanding answers, while Konoha, through the memories of its victim, was finally able to realize, because one of the Yamanakas was alive. Inu Yamanaka. He has the time stop technique. He yelled that out before doing all that massacre. And each and every one of his victims I checked. For them, it was stillness. They couldn't move, they couldn't do anything, they were just stopped. They did not even knew what happened. And suddenly they felt in so much pain inflicted on them. As he gritted his teeth, Naruto will be found, and he will be punished for what he has done. But for the time being, we need to focus on people, or what's left of them. The whole elemental nation now knows what kind of threat he is. But we all need to work together. But first, we need to restore ourselves. Hi. As on the other side, Naruto continued to wander, travel, alone on his journey, as the strongest jutsu creator, which could stop time. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Apologia channel as well if you haven't done so already. As this is it for the day, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.